Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. My name is Dorcas Yakubu Zallah, bringing you trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. Meranda is Lagos Assembly Speaker, lawmakers reply Obasa. Senate alleges retired generals might be behind illegal mining, calls for action. Nigeria will be superpower in military equipment production in few years, says CDS. Thousands of Palestinians return to North Gaza after deal reached. Now, top on what's trending, the Lagos State House of Assembly has reacted to the statement made by the former Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, who is insisting that he remains the Speaker. According to a statement signed by Ogundipe Olukayode on behalf of the Assembly, it is imperative to clarify that over two-thirds of the State Assembly members are united behind the new Speaker, Mojisola Meranda. The lawmakers said nothing could change the decision taken on the 13th of January when Obasa was impeached as the Speaker. Still on the ousted Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa says nursing an ambition to become the governor of Lagos in 2027 is not a sin. During a press briefing at his residence in the GRA area of Ikeja, the Lagos capital, on Saturday, Obasa challenged any leader in the state to tell Lagosians when and where he told them he wanted to succeed Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Now to the reactions. The first one says, "Dear Obasa, you are waging a futile battle. By the time the Assembly suspends you, they will leverage the courts to freeze your accounts and seize your properties as proceeds of looted public funds. Ultimately, they will hand you over to the EFCC and you may face imprisonment. Those who surround you now will desert you, leaving you to confront the harsh reality that this fight was always unwinnable. Choose wisdom over pride. Step down peacefully and enjoy your loot quietly. The alternative is far worse. Don't overstretch the benevolence of the gods." This is written by one Onyekachim Benjamin. The next reaction is from one Olumide Abraham, and it says, "Are we actually expecting him to concede?" And the last reaction in the story says, "Is a sin, oh, we won't believe anything you say now. When it was all sweet and merry, you kept quiet and now you want to be governor. Sir, you lie. It's a big sin, sir. This one sweet me." Next on what's trending, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, a guest on Channels Television's programs today on Friday, stated that the military is on the path to becoming a superpower in producing military equipment in a few years. Quote, "Sometimes we gain traction and then it goes down, but now with the signing of the DICON bill, we are going to make sure it is sustainable. People are interested. People are coming in. We are having a lot of partners going into it, and I can assure you that in a few years, Nigeria too will be a superpower in producing its own equipment," the CDS said. Now reacting, one Fear Mitch wrote, "Good news. Please ensure the weapons don't fall into the people you're fighting against after production." Next one says, "I like this man's smartness, but now waiting him they talk, I no believe." One Ken Global is saying, "Instead of infrastructural facilities and medical equipment to tackle poor health care, they are making plans for superpower military equipment. Is it to fight war with Boko Haram, Russia, or Ukraine?" Now, still talking security matters, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, on Friday disclosed that notorious terrorist kingpin Bello Turji has declared that he is ready to surrender. With his second-in-command and other lieutenants recently taken out by the military, the Chief of Defense Staff said that Turji has been forced to discard most of those under him, signaling his willingness to lay down his arms. Quote, "They, terrorists, are within the communities. The people know them. So sometimes when they see them, before you get the information, it's like 2 hours, the man has moved. So when the information gets to you before you move, he has left that area. But I can tell you, we have taken out his second in command. We have taken out most of his lieutenants. In fact, he is forced now to release most of the people under him. I am telling you that recently he's beginning to say that he doesn't want anything. He is ready to surrender," General Musa said on Friday. Now, one J wrote, "Ready to surrender doesn't mean our lost soldiers shouldn't get their glory. Justice must be served at all costs." Next one is from one Upper Volta, and it reads, "Please, the Nigerian army should arrange his surrender to God. Anything short of that will be an insult to the memory of the slain soldiers." And the last reaction on this story says, "What kind of play is this? He must not surrender. He must be taken down by our military." Now, on a sad note, 19 soldiers, including a commander, have been killed in an attack at the military base in Malam Fatori at Abadam local government area of Borno State. Malam Fatori is a border town 2 kilometers from the Nigerian border community Boso. Sources reported that the attackers who stormed the Malam Fatori military base wreaked havoc for several hours on Friday, 24th January 2025, before dislodging the 149 Battalion. Survivors of the deadly attack reportedly fled to safety. Intelligence sources confirmed that the insurgents arrived at the base in multiple gun trucks, razing several buildings and military operational vehicles during the assault. Quote, "Many soldiers were seriously injured, while several other personnel have gone missing," a source told newsmen. The commanding officer of the battalion, a lieutenant colonel, 2 senior officers, including the base medical director, were amongst those killed in the attack. Now, one Abayomi wrote, "Imagine not being able to prosecute anybody as their sponsor for close to 20 years now. Where are they getting ammunition from? I only pity the poor soldiers who put their lives on the line. Another set of soldiers killed. These are some people's family members and breadwinners. More will still get killed. To think a state of emergency hasn't been declared on our military and intelligence gathering irks me." Next one is from one Jonathan, and it says, "And every day the Nigerian government will tell you they are curtailing the security situation in the country." Next one says, "Kills commander and 18 soldiers. That's sick. What is the federal government of Nigeria doing? What is the military doing? How did they get so strong and powerful? How? Are they politically motivated? Why do we keep losing our men to terrorists? Why? Who is sponsoring them?" Next one was trending. The founder of Afe Babalola University, Ado Ekiti, Are Afe Babalola San, in the early hours of Monday, agreed to withdraw the cases instituted against activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi, following Babalola's petition to the police commissioner in Ekiti State that Farotimi defamed him in a book titled "Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System." The police arrested the activist, lawyer, and arraigned him before 2 courts in Ekiti. Consequently, Farotimi stood trial for alleged criminal defamation before an Ekiti State Magistrate Court, Ado Ekiti District, and as well for alleged cyberbullying before the Ado Ekiti Division of Federal High Court. But Babalola, who spoke at Abuad after the intervention of the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, and other top traditional rulers at the midnight meeting, said he had agreed to withdraw the criminal case, saying, quote, "I will tell my lawyers to withdraw the case." Now reacting, someone said, "Farotimi is truth, and the truth always wins, no matter how you try to oppress it." Next one says, "Honor is key. Thank you, sir, our highly respected elder, luminary icon." And the last reaction is from one Mr. Sugar J. "Baba just simply removed himself from unnecessary long court case. Dele has nothing to prove in court. Babalola has to prove to the court that he had never been corrupt or bribed anyone in his life as a legal practitioner. People don't advise Baba to forget the matter. Someone that tried to disbar Dele and it didn't work." Now let's take a quick break. We'll be back in no time. Do stay with us. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Newsfeed on Trust TV. Now, the federal government has announced the addition of hairstyling, plumbing, GSM repair, makeup, and 12 other new trades and subjects to the basic education curriculum. A development comes following ongoing reforms in various sectors of the economy. A statement issued by the National Orientation Agency (NOA) said the new trades were added to the basic education curriculum to boost students' practical skills and employability. The new subjects include plumbing, tiling and floor works, POP installation, event decoration and management, bakery and confectionaries, hairstyling, makeup and interior design, GSM repairs, and satellite TV antenna installation. Others are CCTV and intercom installation and maintenance, solar installation and maintenance, garment making, agriculture and processing, including crop production, beekeeping, horticulture, and livestock farming like poultry and rabbit rearing, and basic digital literacy, including IT and robotics. Now to the reactions. Jerry Jingle wrote, "People are saying very good idea, but let's face it, will that really solve the issue? Production is the only way to lift a nation out of poverty, and production is impossible or very difficult without cheap power, which is electricity. When you have 10 to 20 barbershops on the street, what will the profit margin look like? Won't shops close down? Why not invest in power so small businesses can scale and large businesses can also produce more, thereby employing more people? If there was power, a large part of our products will not waste. Do roads and make sure they are secured. Then the government should sit back and enjoy reasonable tax returns. Government only has to make sure that there is justice, peace, unity, etc. Leave the jobs to private individuals. Trust me, you realize Nigerians can be crazily innovative, but doing barbing in school is a joke. But I guess in a country of blind people, a one-eyed man is king." Next one is from one Urom Austin. "Recalibrating the educational system to today's reality. This is what we have been talking about." The last reaction on this story says, "Best news I have seen so far. I am happy this government is gradually taking our education back to its glory days. Buhari and his ministers allegedly destroyed our education system for 8 years. This is good news. Enough of theory. Education should be about solving problems and not just about certificates." Now, the Senate has alleged that some retired military generals might be responsible for illegal mining activities across Nigeria, which continue to undermine the country's efforts to diversify its economy. The chairman of the State Committee on Interior, Senator Adams Oshomole, made this allegation during the budget presentation by Senator Samson Ekong, chairman of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals Development, to the Senate Committee on Appropriation. Oshomole expressed frustration over the federal government's inaction, urging President Bola Tinubu's administration to address the illegal mining crisis decisively. He compared the situation to the government's robust measures against illegal oil bunkering in the Niger Delta and called for similar enforcement in the mining sector. Now to the reactions. The first one says, "If you pay them their benefits, will they be involved in illegal mining?" Laugh out loud. Next one is from one Jethro Kefas. "An observation worth addressing. If the oil in the south is worth securing, same should apply to the minerals up north. But we know how much some southerners hate Tinubu. If the south was united and remained solidly behind Tinubu, this plea by Oshomole would have been addressed ASAP. But hate and hate by the woke south won't give this room to happen. As long as the north is loyal, the status quo will continue till the South learns to be loyal, a practice that will see leaders take it more serious." Next one is from one Dubis Dennis. "Adams Oshomole have his flaws, but he is one of those competent and intelligent politicians we have." Oil marketers have revealed that the landing cost of premium motor spirit petrol as of Friday was 922.65 naira per litre. Dealers said this cost factors in various expenses, including shipping, import duties, and exchange rates. The amount is a considerable reduction of 32.35 naira from the 955 naira per litre offered at the loading gantry of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. Now, a netizen is saying, "Quality is different. Allegedly, MRS sells the best fuel, but then, please, Dangote should reduce his price." Next one is from Andre Dauda. "Good, but before Dangote started selling his fuel, the greedy marketers are saying that the imported fuel is expensive. But now that Dangote have started selling, we are hearing that the imported fuel is cheaper. Greedy people everywhere." Next reaction reads, "This is the competition we need in the market. Locally made wants to be more expensive than imported fuel. No now, Oga, bring yours to 830. Small, we come back to normal." And on the foreign scene, thousands of displaced Palestinians are returning to northern Gaza since morning of Monday, 27th January 2025. They had been scheduled to travel north of Netzarim corridor on Saturday, but the huge crowds were stopped by Israel after Hamas failed to release civilian hostage Arbel Yehud. Israel and Hamas have now reached an agreement for Yehud and 2 other hostages to be released on Thursday. Many Palestinians are going home for the first time in over a year, hoping to search for those who stayed behind. And that's a wrap on the program today. Do all to follow us across all our social media platforms for more programs, news and documentaries. My name is Dorcas Yakubu Zallah. See you next time.